and offer them what I thought was fair, because it's not the most exciting of consoles. It's essentially the game that comes with it. You're answering trivia questions. So it has like sports, arts, so like all different categories. You can have up to four players, I believe, or at least it comes with four remotes. It's from early 2000s, so the remotes are like IR when you're using them, and you're just answering trivia questions. It's a lot of fun. I admit I played with my wife and did not do as well as she did, but we're gonna chalk that up to maybe I was tired. We'll call it that. Am I gonna keep it long term? The game wave? I don't know. It doesn't take up that much room. It's something I just wanted to try, honestly. It's supposedly it's a more of a Christian game console. It's something I never knew existed. It could. The big selling point is you can play games or watch DVDs. There's your selling point. Apparently, it didn't do that great. I'm not surprised. And yeah, so I got that too, added to the collection. That's about it, I believe, for things I picked up. When I was in the States, though, apparently I was a week off of getting a top loader. Something flies by. A top loader NES. If you don't know what a top loader NES is, like when you think of NES, you think of North America, at least, not the Famicom. Like that big one that looks like a VCR, which was designed that way to sell to the North American market. Because it wasn't sold as a video game system, it was an entertainment system, right? So you put the game in the front, you lift the flap, put the game in, and then push it down. Top loader is exactly what you think of. It goes in the top. Technically, it is less apt to failure because a lot of those NESs, the front-loading NESs, had issues with the pins. Like from the insertion and removal, they get dirty, they get stretched out, all that. The top loader are more rare because I believe they came out like when the Super Nintendo was out. So I've been looking for one for years. I've really wanted one, but I have yet to find one locally. I've seen photos of people who are selling video games with them in them, but none for sale. So a game store that I went to in the States. Hello, Rudy. A video game I went to in the States told me, I was like, oh, do you have a console? They were like, if you would come in last week, we had one come in, we would have sold it to you for 120 or 130 US. So, I mean, it's a going rate, we'll call it. Maybe a little bit under. But one of the regulars who heavily collects NES came in and grabbed it. So I was about a week too late to get that NES top loader. Would it have changed my life? No. Is it something I want for the collection? Yes. Do I prefer to find that in the wild rather than buy it online? Yes. For things like that, I much prefer finding those in person. I collect a lot, probably too much, but I enjoy finding these things in the wild more than anything. But yeah. Oh, and now when I was in the States, I'll mention that there's a thrift store called, it is, what is it called? I'm looking it up. Give me a second. I'm still here. If you have any questions, by the way, we're going to write anything to ask a question. Feel free. Resource. Okay, so Resource is a thrift. They provide jobs to the community as well. I believe all their stuff is brand new, given it's not like a Goodwill. Goodwill, from what I understand, in the States also buys some of their stuff from businesses, which I found out. Is this a short stream?